speakers in 2017. Only on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
To BFG and stuff. I am Frank Falbo, your filthy casual. With me is the Cyclopedia of Video Game Knowledge, Oz.
Yep. So we're going to start off this episode by talking about, the holiday season. Everyone's buying stuff. Everyone's giving me lots of money for video games, and that's always a good thing. So we're going to talk about the 3 games that we are looking forward to most this holiday season. So you want to start with your 3rd most anticipated game that you're like, hell yeah, day one, go.
I had to. I don't want to put this in the list.
What are you doing?
I had to.
What are you going to do?
2K18.
What?
WWE 2K18.
Oh boy. Another shitty wrestling game.
It's not that shitty. Fuck.
Well, we
it's
haven't played it
average.
yet.
I say it's average.
It's probably going to be bad, though.
I'm really excited for it. They're adding a lot more to career mode, less repetitive. With 2K15 to 17, career mode was really repetitive. It really got boring, and it wasn't impossible to beat, but it took forever to beat the career. I haven't beat the career for any of them, so they shortened it down, made it more meaningful. Backstage, like now you can walk around backstage as in previous WWE games. Like shut your mouth, and I don't think you can't walk backstage in Here Comes Pain, can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got like a boiler room and such.
Well,
Parking
like not
lot.
fighting, like just like walking around interacting with stars.
Oh, like that. Yeah, I think Shut Your Mouth was the last real game that did that.
So like you can interact with stars, make alliances. Like there's a lot. It's more like I guess like an RPG wrestling game.
Yeah, that carries a lot of weight.
It does that,
RPG
but like
wrestling.
they won't. The thing with 2K is like they add on each year type of thing. So like their first attempt at something's not always the best. But we'll see how it goes. It's all text based, so there's no voice recording and stuff like that. So it's a lot more easier to get done and stuff like that. There's also they expanded the backstage area when you fight. There's much more areas and stuff like that, which I'm really excited for. Still looks like the same fighting engine, but what can you do? They're stuck in this mortality that they have to make it realistic. Let's just hope less mini games.
That was his laptop. Don't mind that. You shut up. Keep going. Keep talking. I'm gonna see if I can mute this.
They add this cool multiplayer mode. It's called Road to Glory. Basically, what it does, it takes your My Career character and you face other people online, and you can. There's different level systems. I'm not sure what the level system is, but it's pretty interesting. It keeps it competitive, and you can unlock stuff for your character. The thing that's kind of weird about it, though, is when you make your character from My Career, you're really limited on what you can make with it, because they want you to they want your character to change the more you progress, type of thing. But like when you create a superstar outside of My Career, you have everything to what you need to do. I'm pretty excited for it. Like the roster looks amazing, like always. Like it's kind of nice to have the Hardys back in the game. It's been a while. It sucks that they're DLC though. Rob Van Dam's making back in the game with DLC, which is kind of nice.
Are they teasing an RVD return? I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, and Batista too. And multiple John Cena skins. Gotta love that. Kurt Angle.
Yeah, but like, are they really multiple John Cena skins? You can't find any of them.
I don't fucking know. Whatever, excuse me. Also, Kurt Angle. That's the most important thing. He's back in a WWE game.
I thought the most important thing was the Colonel from KFC as a playable character in WWE 2K18.
Sure. Sure.
I'm not lying. They're pushing it.
I know they are. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's going to be like ground changing. I'm excited for it. I'll get my money's worth out of it.
What system are you buying 2K18 for?
I want to get it for the Switch, but they haven't showed gameplay of it. Obviously, the Switch is less powerful than the PS4. It's not that much difference. Like, they did say it's not going to have the 8-man in the ring, which is not a huge deal. It's only going to be limited to 6. But a nice thing also is also coming on PC day one, which in the past years, they released it like 6 months ahead of time with all the DLC for like $50 or something like that. I'm most likely aiming for PS4.
Gotcha.
We'll see about the Switch version, though. I mean, I'm really interested in the Switch version. What is your number 3?
So, my number 3 is probably a title you've never heard of, but I am beyond stoked, and that is the physical release for Ys Origin. Now, if you're not familiar with Ys, it's been around for like 25 or 30 years at this point, and I got into the series with Ys Origin on Steam when it came out. I had a friend that was into the series, and Ys Origin hit Steam. It was like $20 or so, and my friend was like, hey, you should really play this game. I'm actually going to buy this game for you and give it to you, and you're going to fucking love it because it's right up your alley. It's like action RPG, great heavy metal soundtrack. You just go around fucking everything up in like JRPG setting, but like a JRPG that doesn't suck. And I was like, normally I would call bullshit, but I trust this friend. His name is Max. He's a good friend. I've known him for like, I don't know, 9 or 10 years at this point. Or, point in the story is like, I don't know, 2011, 6 years ago. It's like 4 years. Anyway, so I tried it out and I absolutely fell in love with it. I just played through on the normal difficulty, unlocked hard, beat it on hard, unlocked, I think, Nightmares after that, beat on Nightmare. And it's got like 6 different like tiers of difficulty that you just keep beating the game and keep unlocking harder ones, and I was just absolutely hooked. So then when I bought a second Master System, it came with Ys the Vanished Omens, the very first title, played that, was expecting it to be bad, because sometimes when you play like a newer entry in a series and you go back to its roots, you see how much it's evolved. Ys hasn't evolved that much, and that is a good thing. That actually speaks to the quality of like the first game. And I really enjoyed the first game on the Master System. Then I picked up 7 on PSP, loved that, and just I've been into the series since. So when Limited Run Games announced that they are doing a physical copy for the Vita, I'm a Vita guy. I'm up to like 42, 43 physical games, so I'm pretty deep in there. And it's like, oh, I get to buy a new Vita game, and of the original Ys game that got me into the series, this is monumental for me. This makes me so happy, and I cannot wait. It should have already shipped by now, because it was, I don't know, they delayed it shipping by a bit to ship a whole bunch of things at once. But I have both the limited edition coming and the standard copy. So I'm actually going to open my limited edition, enjoy all the extra content, and then keep my original copy sealed, just because as a collection piece to show it off. Maybe in the future I'll use it for trade bait for something else. But after just playing Ys 8, I'm like super in the mood for more good Ys goodness, and Ys Origin is a great way to return to form. So that's why that's my number 3. How about number 2 for you?
So this game was announced at E3. It is a Bethesda game. It is Wolfenstein 2.
That's it? That's you?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to play Wolfenstein 2 and that's it?
No, it's just trailer that they showed was really amazing. It's surprising that's going to be on the Switch. I might go for the Switch copy. We'll see. I'm going to see the comparisons first before I make the decision.
Well, the Switch copy is coming out later.
Later, yes.
Like January, February, we don't know. Just some point soon, but later.
Yeah, so the game looks amazing. Surprisingly, I haven't played the first one, so this shouldn't really be on my list, but it is on my list. It tells you about the year that we're having, but yeah, I'm really excited. It looks awesome. I like my first-person shooter stories. Other than that, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is I wanted to put this in number 1, but to be honest, I was more excited for my number 1 for a longer period of time. But fuck, Doom on Switch is making me buy a Switch. That's number 2 for me. I know it's not like a new game, but it's a holiday release for the year 2017 that fucking Doom is coming to the Switch, and I still don't know how the fuck they're doing that. Now, I've seen, like, the video that Digital Foundry did of, like, it's only running at 30 frames per second, and it's got some of the, like, lesser quality visuals for, like, shadow complexity, stuff like that, whatever. It's still looking at it, though, it's like that is Doom on a fucking handheld. Doom 2016 on a fucking handheld. Let's go back to the previous next powerful handheld, the Vita. The Vita's best looking game is Killzone Mercenary, and like, man, Killzone Mercenary, that's a good looking game. Doom shits on that. Like, it shits on that both in terms of visual fidelity and just how quick the game is. Like, Killzone's a very slow game. It's faster than it used to be, but it's still a pretty slow first person shooter, so it doesn't need to load a lot of stuff at once or show a lot of stuff at once. Doom is the complete opposite. Shit's hitting your face all the time, and if you're not moving, that means you're dead. So, like, it's impressive. It is really impressive, and I look forward to suffering with the Joy-Cons while I beat the shit out of a Cyber Demon and Spider Mastermind and checking out the online component and really putting the Switch through its paces, comparing it to, like, playing it on PC or Xbox One. So that's Doom is number 2 for me for that reason.
Okay. My number 1 is, it's coming out this month, and I'm super stoked. It's a long time in the making. Mario Odyssey. And I loved Mario 64. I enjoyed Mario Sunshine. I enjoyed Mario Galaxy. It's been almost not like I don't want to count Mario 3D World as a proper 3D Mario game.
Yeah, it's its own different thing.
Yeah, so like it's like we get these like really like they don't really come once a generation. It's like every other generation we get a good Mario 3D World game. So I'm really stoked for this. I'm just like I really want this to revive the 3D platforming genre again.
Mm-hmm.
There still hasn't really been a title to do that, and I'm hoping this is the title. And I hope this shows studios that, hey, there's people that want this type of game.
I don't think it's just going to show that people want this type of game. I think Nintendo is also going to show people how to do it.
Yeah, they're also going to show how to do it, because like apparently Rare can't do it anymore.
Well, not Rare, but the guys.
Yeah,
that made Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie and such. I still haven't played Yooka-Laylee. There's a whole story behind that. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, I've heard the complaints.
So I'm hoping this is going to be amazing. I'm definitely going to get it day one.
All right, is that it that you have to say about that?
Yeah.
All right, my number 1 is, again, surprise, surprise, it's fucking Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. It's your number 2 pick. Fuck you. Like, I get it, Mario Odyssey. I get it. I can't fault you for it. I respect that. But the big thing with Wolfenstein 2 is Wolfenstein The New Order is, in a way, better than it should be. But it's not better than it should be because it's what Wolfenstein fucking deserves. And, like, this is before the Doom 2016 came out. Wolfenstein was, like, the big dog on the shooter market again. And Wolfenstein doesn't really get the credit that it deserves, considering it cemented, or it built the foundation for first-person shooters that Doom didn't. Doom just cemented that foundation. And, like, as much as I love Doom and prefer Doom, Wolfenstein is still like, hey, man, everyone's giving credit to Doom, but Wolfenstein did that first. And if you go before that, there's Catacombs 3D, there's Maze Wars, but it's like the foundation for what we see as first-person shooters. You trace back to Wolfenstein 3D for the most part. Doom is just that cranked with steroids up to 11. So seeing Wolfenstein in the spotlight again, it deserves it, and Wolfenstein The New Order was so fucking good. Like, when I first played that, I was trying to look back at the last time I had this much pure fun. Single player fun, multiplayer fun, whatever it is. I was like, when was the last time I was this invested in a first person shooter? It was like playability-wise, Quake 3, and that was like 1999. So that's a long fucking gap to the levels of adrenaline I was feeling playing the game. I was invested in the character, I was invested in the mechanics of the game, and the story was absolutely top-notch as well. Again, kind of like better than it should be, but not, because Wolfenstein deserves it. So what they're doing with 2, man, when I saw that trailer, and it looked like another Fallout trailer, because it was all set in the 50s and such, complete blindside that it was Wolfenstein. Like, I saw, they showed like a monkey cat, and I saw a little Nazi bandana. I was like, son of a bitch, is this... Oh no, it was before that when they showed the Panzerhound, the like robotic dog hound thing that shoots fire, and that made me so happy. And then they showed that, and I was like, but spoilers, like, you kind of die at the end of the New Order, and then BJ just goes, ugh! And I'm like, that son of a bitch survived. And then Anna's like there, and I'm like, she survived. Not that she was in danger with what happened, but it's like, oh, it's good to see her. And then like just all the returning characters, and like Private Wyatt being there, and I'm like, you, oh my god, this is just amazing. I'm finding out that I can't remember the bitch's name. There's an old bitch in the first game, and she's like one of the main villains as you fight through it. You rip her fucking face off in the New Order. That is amazing. And she's still hunting you down and has like a daughter. Oh, that's weird. That's an interesting dynamic. But like, I just like what Machine Games is doing, because I love those guys. They've done nothing but great work even before they were Machine Games, when they were working on the Chronicles of Riddick series or The Darkness. Trusting them with Wolfenstein was one of the smartest things id Software has ever done, because they've done to Wolfenstein what id Software could never do. And that's like make the setting human. Like, it's so over the top, it's so unbelievable, but it's human. It's got so much character, you can't help but relate to what's going on. And that takes a very special amount of talent to give you something so outlandish, but so familiar at the same time. And I think they're really riding that line, and I look very forward to them just fucking killing it. Like, Wolfenstein 2 is going to fucking kill it this holiday season, and that's why I'm like, that's the only collector's edition I'm buying all year. And I am not regretting it. I'm getting a shitty little action figure that looks like it was made in the 1960s of Terror Billy. I'm paying an extra $60 fucking for a plastic toy that looks like a Ken doll. And I'm not regretting it at all. So yeah, that's my number one. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. So, I think that's Super Mario Odyssey, Wolfenstein 2. Those are two pretty big games. So what games are you, the viewers, the listeners, what are your top 3 games that you're looking forward to the holiday of 2017? Let us know in the comments below, or on Facebook, or on Twitter. Maybe not on Twitter, we don't really check that, to be honest, but we post there, we would see it, we would reply. I'd make sure of that. But yeah, let us know below, and we'll see you in the next episode.